Mine, where you at though?
What's that, man?
Where you at?
I'm home. I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay. How's the weather out there?
Oh, dude, it's warm today. It's warm today, but it's oh, by the way, man, here's that presentation if you want to grab it real quick.
Oh yeah, get up there.
Let me share. There we go.
What up, Rob? Homies, come on in. We just hanging out Saturday night.
There you go, my friend. There's that.
Okay. We live. So round up, we're just hanging out tonight. I was talking to my boy Mike. He's doing this multifamily thing challenge, like a 5-day starting Monday. What time is it start, Mike?
It starts at 10 p.m. I'm sorry, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to start tomorrow, Monday morning. And so, yeah, man, it's going to start Monday. We're going to go 5 straight days, and it's just going to be content. We're going to go live twice a day. And so you're going to get content for 5 days, twice a day. Different people I'm going to be bringing on, people that are using our system that are getting properties. I'm going to bring on some experts in their fields as well. My brother Chris is going to be there. We're going to be hanging out. A lot of us are going to be there hanging out, talking real estate. And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. I tell you, the more I do this and get in front of people, the more I love doing it.
That's cool. Multifamily investing. I still don't see that link, Mike. Go ahead. Let me know when you hit that share button. You might have to hit it twice.
Yeah, I'll hit it again, my friend.
What up? Let's go. Saturday night. I am this all today. We came on last night. We had like 8 views on this guy. He was carving. I see it there now. The guy's carving a watermelon. So you guys enjoyed that last night. I'm glad to be able to bring in something different. So tonight, I was just thinking about what my friend Mike, he's got this multifamily challenge, and it's absolutely, the link is in the description. He's going to be talking about he buys and sells family units. I do single family, so it's just good to kind of different perspectives, different point of views, vantages on the real estate market. Mike Fritz, what up, homie?
Hey, what's up, my friend? It's always good to hang out with you, especially on the weekend. Yeah. And so it's good to see you, my friend. You got your little dog there, just getting some real estate training.
She was tripping, man. Yeah, bark. You want the camera, I guess. So you just got to pick up this building. Is this your? I know you had plenty going on. Is this your most?
Yeah, this is our latest deal. This is our latest deal that we just got a hold of. So it's a 34 unit building that we just got a hold of. And there it is. So let me go ahead and can you see that? Can you see that? Or do I need to share, Chris, or you got it, brother?
I lost it. Okay,
let me share again, my friend. Make sure you got it.
Somebody wants to know if they can't make it at that time, Mike. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, 10 p.m. That's Pacific, not specific. It's Pacific time.
Yeah,
Mike is on the West Coast, so
I am on the West Coast. So those trainings will be in the Facebook group throughout the challenge. So like if you miss it, they go away at the end of the challenge, but throughout the challenge, you're able to get access to those trainings. So if like, let's say day 1, you're work at 10, you're like, man, dude, that's like at 1 my time, I'm at work or I'm doing this or whatever. You can watch it in the evening because that'll be cataloged right in the in the Facebook group once you join that. And so it'll be cataloged all week so you don't miss any.
Oh, okay, cool. Just want to make sure. What is that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
So
we got you covered.
So yeah, so can you see this now, brother? Ooh,
34. Good God Almighty.
All right, yeah. So this is a 34 unit up in Indiana. So we've been leveraging South Bend, Indiana, a lot lately. I'm actually gonna, Chris, my screen is giving me a little bit of fits. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Hang on just one sec. I'm gonna pull this over to my other screen. My screen is flashing real quick and share it so that nobody misses what I'm popping here. Let me share it over on this third screen.
This thing uses a lot of bandwidth.
All right, there we go. You can see that, my friend?
Coming up. Got him.
All right, cool. Yeah, so this is our recent 34 unit deal. So it's in South Bend, Indiana. We've been leveraging the Notre Dame market lately, investing a lot around Notre Dame. And this specific one, it's a little bit outside of Notre Dame. It's not actually close to the campus, but by us being in that market, we were able to network our way and found this deal. In fact, this deal wasn't even listed on the MLS, which if you've listened to any of Chris's content or any of the stuff he's teaching or the people he brings on, most of the best deals, and Chris, you can back me up on this, most of the best deals aren't on the MLS, right?
The market.
Yep. They're off market. And that's the same for multifamily. Whether you're a single family flipper, wholesaler, or subject to guy, doesn't matter, or girl, same thing. When you come to multi, the best deals are found off market. But then the art or the tactic and the strategy comes in. How do you get those brokers to send them to you rather than some other investor, right? And because there's a lot of us going after deals like this. So what we did was, this was a building not even for sale. The owners didn't even want to sell it. I was working with my broker and I had them actually reach out to this owner. So he went to the public records, found out who the owner was, called them. Hey, I've got a buyer interested. Are you interested in possibly selling? If we can create a win-win. So let me just give you a quick side tip of something that we've done over the years. When we're working with maybe off-market deals, you'd call them in the multifamily space or any other space, these off-market deals with brokers. And when I say brokers, I'm not talking about loan brokers. I'm talking about commercial real estate agents. They often will call brokers. So just if I use that term, that's what I mean. So commercial agents, when we're working with them, when I'm talking with sellers, or I have the brokers talk with sellers, one of the things that we say a lot is to our sellers, say, hey, when we're reaching out, we say, if we can find a win-win, or if we can find a price that's a win for you and a win for us, would you be interested in selling this property? The reason we say that is because everything's for sale at the right price. We all know that. Well, if we can find a win for them and a win for us, let's dive into the numbers. Right. And so that's a great way to get sellers to call you back, because they know you're not just trying to not rip them off, but get such a good deal that they're not making any money. That's not a win-win. They're not going to be willing to play that game, especially right now in the multi-space. What's that, man?
I love that line.
Yeah, man, it's works. And I've learned so much from you over the years for these off-market deals that you've connected with people. And one of the things people just want to know, they're buying from people that they care about. Man, I'll tell you what, I've won a lot of deals just because we don't treat people like just objects to get properties from, man. You got to treat people like people, right? And people, yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you think about a building like this, to us, it's multifamily, but to somebody else, it's their blood, sweat, and tears. Maybe they inherited this from maybe they inherited this from their dad or their grandpa, and they have a lot of, emotion in it. So we want to treat everything with the care for people, right? And we love people. And so, and that's why I use that line. I feel like it reflects what we really want to do as real estate investors. Is we don't just want to buy buildings, we want to impact people. And I'll tell you, if you get a hold of that, changes everything for your investing. I promise you.
Mindset.
So true.
You talk about just the mindset. When you say get a hold of that, or you talking about dealing with the people?
Yeah, that's exactly right, dude. I'm talking about that mindset where instead of before you're a real estate investor, before you're ever a real estate investor, you're a problem solver.
Yeah. Before
you're ever real estate, if you can think, before I'm ever investing in real estate, I'm solving people's problems. And one problem, maybe somebody doesn't want to own this anymore. Maybe they're tired of managing. We've gotten a lot of properties off people that just are sick of, they self-manage their property. So every time a toilet breaks, they get called. And we get a lot of properties off self-managed properties because they're like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. And if we can find that win-win price, it's a win for them. It's a win for us. It's a win. And that's how we found this, by using that line. I actually had my broker use that line. I said, here's what I want you to say when you call them. Because here's the thing, a lot of real estate agents, they don't know, they're not marketers necessarily. And so we have to treat them how to treat our sellers sometimes, especially with its off market. So a lot of it's training. And so this was a 34 unit deal. It's a beautiful little property, that's just, and I'll show you some pictures.
Well, let's see some pictures, Mark.
Yeah, man. So
thing good to go.
What's that?
How's that thing?
Your internet might be breaking up, my friend. Oh, there it is. There's
a roof.
There we go. Yeah. So this is the back of the property on the left, the right of the property. So this also, the right side of the property, this is a 32 unit apartment building. It came with this duplex that's up front. So one of the strategies with this property is we might actually sell that duplex off and let that go to an investor that deals with smaller stuff and put that capital into the property, so we're not having to fund a lot of the renovations. And then some of the interiors of the pics that we couldn't get a lot of interiors of this building because it's 100% occupied. Every single unit is occupied, which is a great problem to have. We could only get a few pictures, but the one on the right there's a good frontal pic on the of that building. And there's 2 buildings just like that, 3 buildings just like this. And then again, I've mentioned this before. Chris and I've talked about this. A lot of times when you go to buildings like this, you look at the cars that are in the parking lot. Sometimes that can tell you what kind of property you're looking at.
You know before.
What's that?
Before.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Listen up.
Absolutely. And so let me walk you through the numbers a little bit. Chris, just to let you know, man, you're breaking up a little on my side, and I don't know if it's me or you, man, but I just didn't want to.
It's me. I'm all messed up, man. On my internet. 20 people on my internet here.
Okay, no worries. I just want to make sure people weren't looking for what's up, everybody. Just so everybody knows, good to see everybody tonight. And again, Chris, I'm always loving to be with you. Video and audio is good. Okay, thank you so much, man. I just want to make sure. Didn't want to plow through and have nobody catch what I was talking about. So I just want to walk through a little bit of the numbers of a deal like this, because our big passion with multifamily is really helping people retire inside of 5 years. And the reason is I don't want passive retirement plans. And what that means is I don't want anybody planning for retirement based off just what they're making, and they can only invest in their 401k or whatever, what they make. And we call that passive retirement plan. We want an active plan where you can control how fast you retire based on how much you earn. And this is a plan that puts everybody in the driver's seat. And so I'm going to show you how you could replace your income pretty quickly with doing just a couple deals a year. And so the first thing is on this property, let me pull this over here. There we go. The purchase price for this property was $1.4 million, and it's going to bring in a net income of $39,000 a year, net income of $39,000 a year. And this is what I'm going to walk you through how much of that actually comes to me and how that works. Now, the cash to close, this means the down payment, the closing costs, the appraisals, the inspections. If you've ever bought a piece of real estate, you understand there's a lot of costs in closing. Now, this is a 25% down property, meaning we had to bring 25% of the down payment, so 25% of $1.4 million to the table. And then I have some fees in there. When I do a piece of real estate, I charge my investors fees, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But we got 100% of the money from private investors. So that $395,000 came from private investors. None of it came from my own pocket. And so all of it came from private investors. And here's how I structured it. I give, when I raise money for a deal like this, I give 70% to my investor, and I keep 30%. So 70% to the investor, 30% to me, right? And I'll walk you through again what this means to me actually, what this means to me actually at my, once all the numbers come out, what does it mean for me, and then thus you when you do your first deal or second or third. So the first thing is, because I'm going to back up and just, I said it has 39,000 net income. So because it's 30% to me, I would get 30% of that 39,000. So that's 11,700 per year. So per year, every year to me would be $11,000. And that's assuming the rents would never go up, which we know they would. The rents are really low on this property. That's why we want it. And so we start increasing the rents and get them to market rate. And so 11,000, this is when I first buy the property. I'm starting off at about 11,700 a year just on the cash flow. So almost $1,000 a month just on the cash flow. I'm going to charge a $28,000. This is 2%, a $28,000 acquisition fee. Now, an acquisition fee is something that multifamily people charge their investors for finding the deal, raising all the capital, setting up the structure, getting the loan, all the things that come into it, all the work. I mean, there's 100 hours, 150 hours that comes in, sometimes more, into getting one of these deals. I want to make sure you're paid for that. And you need to make sure you're paid for that so that you can keep providing great deals to your investors. And so I charged a $28,000 acquisition fee on this. And And another fee that's very, very common in the multifamily space is what's called an asset management fee. Asset management fee. Now, what's an asset management fee? That means, so you're going to have a property manager cover all the management costs, or do all the management, plumbing, toilet leaks, breaks, whatever. Somebody's hinges aren't working on their door. They're calling the property manager. But when the property manager needs to call somebody, who are they calling? Well, they're probably going to call you, not your investors. So because they're calling you, you get paid a fee for managing the manager. And that's usually about 2% of the gross rent. So 2%, the gross rents on this building are $193,000. So that's about $3,860 a year, right? So that means my first year of ownership on this property, I'm going to make about $43,560. And then year 2, because you pull out that asset management or that acquisition fee, I'm going to make my second year about $15,000, and then I'll make this as long as I own the property. Now, let me tell you something. Imagine doing 2 deals a year. So 2 deals a year would be, if they're on the average of this size, your first year of ownership, 2 deals a year, you're making $83,000 a year. And then next year, add another deal to that, and then another deal. And you don't keep getting those acquisition fees from the past deals. But every time you do a deal, your cash flow keeps growing and growing. Now you can see how planning for retirement in 5 years, it really isn't that difficult. If you can just do 1 to 2 deals a year, good deals a year, then you're golden. You don't need, multifamily isn't the game where you need to be turning 3 deals a month. And I would even say it's really hard unless you have a really, really, really big team to turn that number of deals. It's right, Chris, man.
Not
hard to do that.
Single family homes is hard.
That's what I was going to say. It's hard. Single family homes turn 3 deals a month. If you have a system, you might be able to wholesale that many deals. You could probably wholesale if you got a system. But
buying and holding, and even really, I've done the most I've done at the time is 5, and you just don't want to be doing that much volume.
I'm telling you, I'm glad you said that, Chris, because we're real big on not. I'll tell you what, I'm not that sexy guy. I know obviously you can see me. I'm very sexy, but no. But what I mean by that is I'm not teaching this sexy Lambo driving system, man. I'm teaching a real system of doing 1 to 2 deals a year, preparing for creating 5 years of retirement income, and you're done. I ain't talking
That's
about
cool.
I'm talking about creating a real system that works for real people, so real people can experience freedom. I don't care about the driving around Lambos and, dude, you want to live my life? I don't care about that. That's BS in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm just going to share with you if I can just share my heart.
All right.
It just ain't me, man.
So real quick, Mike, we're with Mike Fritz. Let me remove this. Mike is a multifamily CEO. The guy does multifamily full time. I was thinking today, I want to do something with the name Millionaire in it, like Millionaire Lounge or something, because I think that just kind of has more bite to it. Millionaire.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. One of our, we actually own multifamilymillionaire.com.
Sweet.
Which is our inner circle. When people come through and go up into our year-long inner circle, it's multifamily millionaire. Because our goal is not necessarily to create if you own enough property to retire in 5 years, you will be a millionaire. You will be a net worth millionaire, guaranteed. And it's just, you just can't own that much real estate, especially today in multifamily, and not be a millionaire.
So when you think about real estate, you think about retirement. You gotta have all this money to retire. However, all real estate is it's almost like you don't need as much to do capital to retire passive income.
So true, man. It's so true. It's so true. And that's what I love, is that 1 to 2 deals a year, man. I learned this from a buddy of mine. A buddy of mine buys strip centers, like retail strip centers in strip malls, like where you'd see like Big Lots and, Targets, and, he buys those. He buys those, and he taught me this probably 5-6 years ago. He's been a real estate mentor to me. He's a really good guy, and he told me, Mike, he said, dude, this whole deal a month stuff, do 1 good quality deal a year, and in 10 years you won't need any more real estate. And so what I said is, so all I did is I took that and I said, okay, if I can just get people to do 2 deals a year, in 5 years I can get them to their number. And get it to them a little bit shorter and teach them that system. And Chris, I've noticed you've been talking a lot about private money. You and I have talked. There is nothing more powerful than raising private money. Nothing fast tracks your success by having either private lenders, which is what Chris deals a lot with, or private equity investors, which is what we deal a lot with. People that will invest in your deal, and you don't pay them anything. You pay them out of the profits of the deal. You don't pay them like a percentage on their money necessarily. You can set it up that way, but that's not usually how we do it. And so, but private money, dude, it changed my life. I mean, it changed my life. Last year we raised $6 million in 6 months and bought enough multifamily last year just inside our company. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying this is the power of it. We created enough passive income to completely replace a $50,000 a year income last year with real estate because of raising private capital. And that's, I only want to tell you that, that has nothing to do with, it's just the system works, right? And you and I have talked about this.
You ain't that, I'm like, I'm not that good.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, dude. That's exactly it, man. I mean, and this is true. I live in a humble house. I drive a Toyota 4Runner. I ain't flashy, but I'll tell you, our system works. People are like, people are saying, yeah, but if you're going to be raising capital, man, get a Porsche or get this because they're going to trust you more. You know what people trust? Integrity. You know what people trust? Results. You know what people trust? Real people doing real deals. That's what they trust. And so I just don't think you don't need that stuff. You just need a heart for people, which I mentioned a minute ago, problem solvers before we're ever real estate investors. And you need to know this system. You need to know how the numbers work because investors are going to ask you questions. Obviously, they're smart. They're not wealthy they're wealthy for a reason. And they're going to ask you questions, and understanding how to answer those, how to structure these deals, how to find money, how to talk to investors is just it's unbelievable.
So Mike, thank you. Listen, man, it's 9:30. Listen, I just wanted to 6:30 your time roundup. I wanted to just introduce you one more time. Mike has got this multifamily challenge coming on Monday, 1 Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the video description. You can get join. You can actually just join them. It costs nothing. Mike, real quick, tell them about it, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us tonight. And Chris, thanks for connecting us all. So it's called the 5-Day Invest in Multifamily Challenge. Our goal is to help you retire in 5 years. I've got a lot of good, just rock solid people coming in. And so it's 5 days, Monday to Friday, and you're going to be able to, like I said, we'll do 2 sessions a day. And when you join the challenge, you'll get an immediate opportunity and invitation. If you want to join a backstage offer, you'll get an invitation to a backstage pass where you'll get even more time with me and my guest speakers. And you'll get a lifetime access to all the recordings, etc. But if you just want to hang out with us for free, come and make sure you get the content and start applying this, because I'm telling you, change your life. And just spend time on a Saturday night with me. It means the world to me. So thank you.
Yeah, we got 50 people on here, Mike. That's really cool.
That's great. It's great to see you all. And I think congrats on the building, Mike. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Best deals are pocket listings. I see that one as well. You're 100% right, man. 100%
all
right.
Multifamily CEO. Mike, I've learned a lot from just talking to you. Mike and I talk frequently. And just, matter of fact, Mike, I want to start just running just ideas by you. And I'm going to miss you at the ClickFunnels. My wife got tickets to Hawaii. I'm gonna miss you at the ClickFunnels thing.
Hey, you know what, man? If I had tickets to Hawaii and it was during the ClickFunnels conference, I might buy a ticket and come hang out with you guys in Hawaii. That is a fine decision, my friend.
That's crazy, Mike. You're a great guy, man. Round up. The links in the video description. I'm gonna be speaking. My thing is raising money, obviously amongst a million other things. But Mike is a professional money raiser, capital. It's just a mindset. I love the way you talked about the mindset. Get out of that conventional thinking. You know, it's weird. Warren Buffett said, when everybody's running that way, you need to run another way.
Yeah, it's so true. When COVID hit and investors froze, I could tell the number one thing you wanted to do when COVID hit, when investors froze, is buy everything you could. Because it's that exact principle. When everybody freezes, keep moving, because then you're going to be, when everybody starts up again, you're going to be a few steps ahead. And so absolutely. 100%.
All right. Round up. Y'all got the link. That's it. There's really nothing really else to talk about tonight. I didn't want to bombard y'all with a lot, but you got 50 guys on here. Mike, thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, round up. Sign up. Subscribe to the channel. That link is in the video. Mike has me on, I don't know what day, but I'll be hanging out with you guys off and on and just talking about this multifamily thing. It's going to be real cool.
Thanks again, Chris, for tonight, and also can't wait to have you on, and can't wait to see all of you that want to join us. We'd love to have you, and see you soon.
Okay, Roundup. I'll talk to y'all. Share with anybody else you think might want to get involved with this multifamily craziness. Real estate. Thank God for real estate. You ever said that to yourself, Mike? I'm like, thank you, God.
Oh, yeah, I thank God for real estate all the time. So, you have those days where you curse real estate, but 99% of them, you love it. It's so good. I'm just being honest, because that's what I want to do. There are those days, but very few, man. I'm telling you, real estate's changed my life. And it's introduced me to people like Chris and his community, and I love it, truly love it.
How about, has real estate saved your butt? Because I know, I just feel like real estate saved my butt.
Dude, I'll tell you, it's the thing I love about real estate. It's a great equalizer. You don't have to have a bachelor's degree, man, to buy real estate. You just need to know the system of whatever kind of real estate you're buying, man. Anybody can do this, especially with raising private money. It makes it so multifamilies aren't out of reach for anybody. And so everybody has access. That's what I love it. It's an equal playing field.
Sweet.
So,
all right, Roundup, like the content, head over there, sign up. It's absolutely free. It not charging you nothing. And what I've learned is, you can look at my career. Hanging out with the right people would change the trajectory of your career. I promise you.
That's so true, man.
The conversations, the mannerisms. Like, I pay a lot of money to hang out with Patrick Bet-David. I just want to watch the way the man talks, how he uses his words, his inflections, his body language, and even for Mike. I want to see how Mike's talking to these people. What language is he using? What vocabulary? Very important.
Absolutely, man. That's so true.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys Monday.
All righty. See you all. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for joining us today.
You too, Mike. Thank you. All right.
Thanks, brother.